Okay, time to test out Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater on the RTX 5060 and a 9800X 3D with 64 GB of DDR5 memory running at 6000 MHz on 1080p and see if we can get 60 FPS on different settings. Okay, starting things off on native 1080p ultra settings. Man, this game is dark as hell. I should have turned up the brightness for this game because this is way too dark. Anyway, 1080p ultra settings, we are not able to get 60 FPS. You can see there, using about 7, almost maxing out the VRAM right there, but only about 113 watts of power used, which is the best part about this card anyways. So yeah, not even able to get properly 40 FPS. This is nighttime, and nighttime tends to be less demanding than daytime in the game. So yeah, even in nighttime, you're not able to get 60 FPS with ultra settings in native. Yeah, 5060 is it's a really underwhelming card. I'm not gonna lie, even on 1080p, even though it's directed towards 1080p gaming. And native settings, Unreal Engine title, yeah, not good enough. Okay, next up, let's go for native high settings. So I'll be doing all the native settings first. Ultra, high, medium, and low. Before we do any DLSS settings, that will get us to 60 FPS. That's our main goal, just get 60 FPS. That'll be the recommended settings on any GPU, especially this game, because this game is locked to 60 FPS. So there's that. And if you get 60 FPS, we're good. Doesn't matter what settings it is on. So on native high settings, we are still not able to get consistent 60. You can see the average is 54, close to 60, but not actual 60, locked in at 60. So, and this will vary if you're in a daytime situation. You will hit 60 at points, but it's not going to stay on 60 forever. Alright, now let's move on to native medium settings, which will actually put us on 60 FPS category. So you gotta go to native medium settings on 1080p with a 5060 on this game to get stable 60 FPS. Even then it is going down a little bit lower than 60, but it stays mostly on 60, you know. So that's how it is. And let's just see how it is on daytime as well. Now, because this is nighttime, it's gonna stay at 60. And in daytimes too, it seems to be staying on 60, which is pretty sweet. But just keep in mind, it's gonna drop maybe to 40s or 50s depending on the scenes, how intensive the scene is, because when there's a lot of lights in the scene, it tends to go below 50 FPS. But other than that, during gameplay, it's pretty much staying on 60. So, or is it? Because during these gunfights over here, it's still dropping down below 50. Because there's a lot of gunshots, and I don't know why. What is making the game to drop so much FPS during a gunfight like this? But yeah, medium settings doesn't seem to be enough. I mean, it's gonna be on 60 if you're just not moving around and not a lot of stuff happening. But you can see it's dropping way down. Yeah, so even on medium settings, 60 FPS is not that possible consistently with a 5060. I don't know who to blame for this. If it's either the engine or the actual game, because it's done in Unreal Engine 5, which is known to have a lot of issues optimizing. It could be both. It could be a mix of both, you know. But it's a terrible situation for gamers. Alright, now let's try on low settings on native resolution, native 1080p, which makes the game looks really ugly without any depth, no shadows or anything. So it's just a plain looking game right now. And yeah, fortunately at least you're getting 60 FPS on low settings. With the 5060 Ti 10 GB, we are able to get 60 FPS on high settings, I believe. But with this card, you gotta go all the way to low settings to actually get stable 60 FPS on native settings. That's such a shame, if you ask me. And now let's go back to ultra settings and turn on some upscaling and see if that gives us 60 FPS. So ultra DLSS quality. So now it's being upscaled from 720p in this rainy tropical area of the map. Even while going on swimming, we are not able to get 60 FPS, unfortunately. So nope, DLSS quality, even on 720p native, upscale to 1080p, on ultra settings, you're not able to get 60 FPS, not even 50 FPS. So that's terrible. All right, now let's go down to DLSS balanced ultra settings to see if that improves the gameplay. And it seems like we're getting close to 60, but not there yet. And my dumbass didn't see any of the mines over there. And I was just running into them because, I didn't know those box-like thingies on the ground was actually landmines. And after 2 explosions, I was like, yeah, F this. I'm just trying to get over to the other side. I would just keep blowing up every single mine. I just died. Yeah, so smart of me, right? But yeah, not even... It was still dropping below 60. So, on DLSS balanced. So instead of ultra settings, let's go down to DLSS quality on high settings. Because native settings didn't get us to 60 FPS. It was around 55, something in that range. So DLSS quality high settings. And now you can see the average FPS is actually 60 FPS. And it's not even moving. You can see a straight frame time graph. So, which means, yeah, this is the actual settings that I will play on a 5060 with the 9000X 3D in this game, because now you're getting a 60 FPS smooth experience, which is crazy. You gotta go to 720p, which is DLSS quality on high settings, to play the game. So the 5060 is a pretty weak card, and there's also another reason it's Unreal Engine title, so that also comes into the play. But yeah, at least we're getting 60 FPS on high settings. So there it is, guys. So that will be the benchmark on 1080p settings on 5060 Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I hope you guys are having a great time wherever you are. If you guys want to check out the 5060 Ti video, it'll be up here. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.